This is self-compassion first aid, a way to resource yourself in any moment of stress or difficulty. If it's the first time that you're exploring self-compassion practice, I suggest that you try this out on something that maybe happened a day or two ago. Once you're familiar with the steps, you can apply this right in the moment of difficulty. So to begin with, bringing to mind an experience that caused you some stress on the mild to moderate scale, enough so that you can feel it in your body. Maybe it was a difficult interaction with somebody else, a moment when you were rushing, running for the train, feeling the overload of tasks on your to-do list. One of those maybe quite familiar, ordinary sources of stress that we encounter in daily life. And let yourself feel what happens in your body when you bring this to mind. Maybe you register some tension, some heat, some bracing. Then we're going to respond to this experience with compassion, with care, in the same way that we would to someone that we really care about. That's essentially what self-compassion is. Step 1 is recognizing this is difficult, acknowledging your experience in as gentle a tone as you can, that this is hard. What kinds of words might you say to yourself to recognize and validate this is tough, this is hard for me right now, this is stress. And the second step is recognizing that this is part of being human. We don't all experience the same kinds of stresses and challenges, but moments of difficulty are part of every life. What could you say to yourself to have a sense of connection? Maybe something like, this is part of being human. I am not alone in feeling this way. Other people would feel this way too in similar situations. And then the third step is offering yourself the same kindness that you might offer to somebody that you care about who was having this experience. Often we respond by making some kind of physical contact, a gesture of affection, especially if it's someone who's close to us. Or maybe we just show our concern by softening the tone of our voice. And so we can make a similar gesture of kindness towards ourselves. You might take hold of your own hand, or placing a hand or both hands anywhere on your body that feels comfortable, that feels soothing. This is a tender response to ourselves. Sometimes in a moment of difficulty, what we need is to connect with a sense of courage, a sense of strength. And so if that's true for you, you might want to make a fist of one hand, place that over the chest or on the solar plexus, and then cup that fist in the other hand and see how that feels. With either a gesture of gentleness or a gesture of strength, adding in some words of kindness, encouragement. You might say to yourself, may I be kind to myself because I'm having this experience. You might need to hear something like, may I know my own strength. May I protect myself. What is it that you need to hear in this moment because you're experiencing something difficult? And you can practice this again using all 3 steps, or maybe there's just one of the steps that really resonates for you. Knowing that this is a resource that you can practice at any time. It doesn't take away the difficulty because experiencing stress is part of life. But it does mean that you're cared for in the midst of that experience. And in this way, you've applied some first aid to yourself.